SEC volleyball lights at McCaslin Fieldhouse in Norman, and night number 2 between these two sides. If tonight is anything like last night was, we are in for a real treat as the 6-1 Oklahoma Sooners, coming off a second-round NCAA tournament appearance a season ago, host the St. Mary's Gaels, who have 11 total newcomers and a new head coach in Tyler Hildebrand. Great to be alongside Kelly Files. I'm Chad McKee. Oklahoma won last night in 4 tough sets. In fact, they trailed 22-16 in the 4th set, or else it could have gone 5, and who knows. So with the chance to make some adjustments both ways, what do you expect on night number 2?
Well, I expect to see some really good volleyball again tonight, Chad. When you play a team back-to-back, it's all about the recovery and getting some rest, and then some serve and pass today, and then also some film, of course. But I expect OU to come out and play their game and execute at a high level with their game plan. Look for St. Mary's to make an adjustment defensively to make the OU offense uncomfortable.
For the Sooners last night, their true freshman, Tacoa Barnes, was fantastic. She came through with a career-high 14 kills. Coaching staff has said she is due for a big breakout match. Was that it last night?
I think it's a step in the right direction, Chad. Barnes is a highly rated recruit out of Florida, and the coaching staff is excited about her future here at OU. She is such a dynamic athlete and hits on the left side and right side of the court. And not to mention, she has a killer jump serve.
And for St. Mary's, their libero, Elena Pearson, is a double transfer. This is her 3rd collegiate stop, but really the first time she has been a starter. And she had a career-high 26 digs last night. What did she do?
She was all over the court last night defensively, picking up everything. Not to mention passing the ball extremely well. Coach Hildebrand told us today that he was impressed by her game and loves that she is also building relationships with her teammates.
And these two coaching staffs are very familiar with one another. There's Sooner 3rd-year head coach Aaron Mansfield. He said when it comes to adjustments, the first thing is you've got to take care of your original scouting report. And Kelly, he wants his team to do that tonight.
Yeah, I think that was a misstep last night. And so look for OU to come out on fire with the game plan.
For St. Mary's, Tyler Hildebrand, and in fact, these two played against each other in college, Long Beach State and UCSB. But Tyler Hildebrand, he's just establishing things with this program, and he said he didn't feel like they're going to change too much, at least offensively in this one.
Right, he was really impressed with what they did offensively, led by the freshman setter, Lazovic. She was phenomenal, Chad. But defensively, little adjustments at the net, blocking, but then also behind the block defensively.
Ready to go on night number 2 between these two teams. Once again, Tyler Hildebrand, who was on staff at Long Beach State, where he was a setter in the early 2000s, playing against Aaron Mansfield's teams at UC Santa Barbara, where he performed and then was also a coach. So very familiar. And Tyler Hildebrand, one of his best friends, is Sooner assistant Brian Thornton. All that familiarity, but they put it aside for the 2nd straight night as we are underway in Norman. There's Pearson setting this ball, and the kill attempt by Genevieve Bain is blocked by the Sooner triple block, which was led by Imani Bush, who had an excellent game last night.
Yeah, absolutely. That triple block is lethal for the Sooners, but I really liked that set by Mega to the right side to Bush to start off the offense.
It was really a Bush service run last night that closed out the match for the Sooners. Bain, though, comes right back with her first kill of the night as she hits it off of the Sooner triple block.
And you know that all started with the pass by Clarissa Klein. She took that ball perfectly. She's going to get most of the attempts. They went after her last night, Chad, in the passing pattern. So look for her to get more passing reps again tonight, but she handled that ball perfectly, and then Bain with the kill.
Natalie Pete is back to serve. You mentioned last night that she has the single match record for aces at St. Mary's. She had 8 in a match last season. And that one hit wide, so the Gaels have a quick 2-1 lead in this one.
Yeah, just wide.
About that, 8 aces in a match that Pete had last year.
Impressive. She did a pretty good job last night, too. Serving. Just consistent.
This time targets Diani Frege, and the Sooners set Alexa Shelton for the first time tonight. Guess what? She drills home a kill. She had 16 last night.
Yeah, and the set from Mega, she was all the way and right back, Chad. She puts that ball so, they run such a fast offense, OU does. We'll be talking about it a lot. But she puts that ball, delivers that ball so in system, so quick to the outside pin for Alexa Shelton.
Sooners with 2 setters, Avea Mega. And we also see Harper Hall. They had 50 combined assists last night. Outside it comes for Allen, and she hits that one long. Maya Allen, the freshman, had a career-high 13 kills last night.
Yeah, she was phenomenal. I mean, she just went for it. Against that triple block. Coach Hildebrand was thinking about using the green card and challenging, but Maya Allen says, no, coach, I didn't see it. Not sure.
That one skims the tape, and Lazovic was there for the Gaels. Here's Allen with another try, and she rips this one down to tie it at 3. Out of San Antonio Reagan High School, only 5'9", but she packs a punch.
Yeah, she does. Jumps really well. Against a triple block. Sees the right side of the court, that cross court wide open. Goes for it.
Elena Pearson serve, targeting Bush. And there's Shelton off the block. Nice save on the back row by Pete this time. And Allen gets a swing, but it's blocked. Burgess up front, right in the middle for the Sooners.
And that's a nice play. Actually, defensively by St. Mary's, they slowed that block down. And that's what they want to do tonight. That's part of the adjustment, is getting more touches on the block to slow down the Sooner offense. But credit to that Sooner offense and being able to put that ball away. Or, sorry, it was the block, right? Defensively.
So out goes Burgess. Ada Owagu checks in for the Sooners. She's a freshman. Oklahoma is without Kennedy Patterson, one of their regular middles tonight, as she injured her shoulder in last night's match. And they go right to the freshman Owagu, and she drills her first kill. That's the way you get it started.
Yeah, absolutely. And so smart by Harper Hall to get the freshman Owagu ready, get her going right from the very beginning.
Super talented, honorable mention high school All-American at San Antonio Johnson.
Just watch this play.
Sooners right back to the serve. What a save that was back there by Lazovic to keep it going. Outside set and the block on Barnes, but the Sooners play it back across. Lazovic the set. Sooners get a piece of that Bain attempt. Tight set, Shelton off the block, but there's Pearson. Allen to the back, and that one's down.
And you can see the defense that I talked about at the open, those adjustments. You can see it right there, that out-of-system ball from OU. They put it high and inside the court, got a triple block. St. Mary's forcing them to go high hands, and they were able to slow that ball down.
Bain back to serve it. She targets Shelton. Sooners, though, in system and on target for Bush to hammer down the kill.
And that's so difficult, Chad, right? Great pass. You have 4 options, and you have Bush coming in with the big right in the middle of the court. It's a quick attack.
I'm telling you, this player right here, Shelton, is such a well-rounded player. The development she's had the last 3 years.
It's really been neat to see her transformation year in, year out.
All with the set. Barnes has to reach back, and it's dug out by Pete. There's Allen. Oklahoma gets a piece, but it drops, and that's 3 kills for Allen already.
And that's what Allen was so successful last night. She just going for it.
How has St. Mary's approached dealing with Oklahoma's triple block, Kelly?
They're just going for it, right? There's a lot of room for error because there's a lot of movement. So you can see that's why Allen is just ripping it, going high off hands. And then if she can, if the set's a little inside, she can have that cross court. There's so much court open.
Camille Gibson enters the Oklahoma lineup up front. Back to serve is this jump top spin laser that Nicole Barnes can hit. Just smokes that one, but Pearson is there to dig it out. Sooners get a piece of that swing by Klein. And the set to Gibson. She has her first kill. 8-5 Oklahoma.
Really nice play. Set by Harper Hall. Watch this quick. This is the quick offense that I'm talking about. It's so hard for the middle to get over there to close the block. So for the most part, the hitters are hitting one-on-one.
This Barnes serve puts so much pressure on the defense, but it can be high error as well. Erin Mansfield, though, liked her mode last night, the way that she attacked with that serve. That's what they ask of her.
Yeah, and I just like how she approaches, right? When she makes a mistake, and I've noticed this in the past few games, she moves on to the next ball.
Abby Castellan in to serve it for the Gaels. Hall with the set. Gibson pounds that one home. Net violation against St. Mary's there. They got a little too close trying to get the block on Gibson.
Yeah, Gibson, credit to her. The little mistiming, she had to stop her approach, and she had to just kind of wait and then did something with that ball to get that kill.
Gibson, the sophomore from Crossroads, Texas, transfer from Tennessee, did not play there in 2023. Didn't get in any matches, and then last year at Oklahoma had 223 kills her first season as a Sooner. Bain goes to the back. There was no touch. She just hit it long, and the Sooners grab a 10-6 opening set lead.
Yeah, and Bain, they were really successful, Chad, last night, hitting from the back row.
Bain, first team All West Coast Conference last year, 344 kills. She had 17 last night. Joust, and Burgess dunks it down for the Sooners. 11-6 Oklahoma, and St. Mary's taking an early timeout. Oklahoma coming out firing after winning in 4 sets here last night. Lead for Oklahoma. Welcome upstairs alongside Kelly Files. I'm Chad McKee. So maybe we see some early adjustments in this one, but last night was a thriller. Oklahoma won in 4 sets. They were down 22-16 in the 4th set. Had to rally, winning 8 of the final 9 points just to win that thing, Kelly. How has that translated to tonight?
Well, so far we can see Oklahoma really executing at a high level at the start of this set, and that was part of their game plan. But St. Mary's, don't count them out. They played hard last night.
Burgess tried to kill that one from the middle. This one tipped over by Bush, and it's down. It's Shelton and Bush, so formidable up there on that front row. And Alexa Shelton able to get in there.
She loves to tip. She did that a lot last night, Bush did, with the tip just right over the block. She reaches so high, so effective, and she got another kill that way tonight.
We got to visit with Imani Bush in the post game last night. Fun to talk with her about that service run. She had 5 straight points on her serve to close out that match, and she said that the coaches, Aaron Mansfield and the staff, told her to think of something funny right before she serves.
I love that.
That worked? Loosen you up a little bit?
Just loosen you up. Don't get so serious.
Lazovic with a good serve there, but Shelton was able to keep it going for the Sooners. Pearson the set for Bain this time. The joust goes back to the Gaels side. Now Lazovic with the set. A nice cross-court cut there by Clarissa Klein, who had 7 kills last night.
Yeah, just a smart play by Klein. Putting that ball to position 4, wide open.
Yeah, with that triple block, if you can hit that cut shot, you can find open space, right?
Absolutely.
Another here for Lazovic. Targeting Shelton. Good set there by Mega. Lazovic, the set for Bain, off the Sooner block, and out of bounds it goes. So the Gaels win back-to-back points.
Yeah, just a nice set by Lazovic. Really nice in-system ball. Making it quick to make Bain more effective. Catch that Sooner block off the net a little bit.
Lazovic, 35 assists last night, a career high, and she had 7 kills. She is from Serbia, just got to campus in July, so this is all new for her as well at this level. Pearson with the set. Big Oklahoma block there, but the Gaels touch it back over. Quick set Burgess, but she struck it wide. And it's 12-10 now. St. Mary's has come to life.
So last night, Chad, it was Burgess and Mega all night long with that quick attack. And I like the adjustment by St. Mary's, by Kealoha, to force that ball out of bounds. That's what the blocking adjustment, that's what they need to do. Sometimes it's not about touching the block. It's about forcing that hitter to hit out of bounds.
So 12-10, St. Mary's has come back. The Gaels have won 3 straight points. And there is their first-year head coach, Tyler Hildebrand. They play their first 13 matches on the road. First home match will be October the 2nd against San Diego. It'll be over 12,000 miles traveled. But if you're going to come this far to Norman, Oklahoma, it's nice to have quasi-family here. And that's what assistant coach for Oklahoma, Brian Thornton, really is. They're very close, and Aaron Mansfield has gotten to know Tyler Hildebrand as well. They played against each other in college, so there's that familiarity. Do you see similarities in the styles of these two teams?
Absolutely. And even in our phone calls this week when they were talking about each other, mutual respect, right? They're friends, but they really are impressed and just respect each other and what they're trying to do. So, but I think they have very similar styles of game. I think the difference is that OU is a little bit more established, and Coach Hildebrand is just starting, right? Just got there at the beginning of the year, and it's going to it takes time, just even with an offensive system, defensive system. So, but I've been impressed with St. Mary's.
Lazovic serve taken in back there by Frega. The swing from Gibson. Tipping over the block this time is Klein. Bush rips one down the line, and the Sooners get a side out.
Really nice set by the libero, Frega, to Bush on the outside. She put it high, and she put it outside. Let's get another good look at it here, but that set allowed Imani Bush to go down the line.
Bush 15 kills, 6 digs last night, and the Sooners' prior match was a very good 5-setter. Just a crazy match against Florida State here on Wednesday night that they were able to win. And Imani Bush had Oklahoma's first double-double of the year. She had 13 kills and a dozen digs. Gaels get the side out. Wanda Bain, who is their star returning all-conference performer.
Yeah, just phenomenal hit, that sharp cross-court.
Back in is Natalie Pete out of San Ramon, California. The block goes out of bounds. Credit the kill to Camille Gibson again, who's starting to heat up.
Yeah, Gibson just using that block, recognizing she's up against a double block, no problem. She goes high off hands down the line to tool that block out of bounds.
Last night was offensively dominated. Both teams hit over their season average in attacking percentage. Oklahoma had 64 kills in 4 sets. Lazovic with the set. Sydney Thompson slides in to save that. Barnes, I think, hit the tape. I'm not sure a Gael even touched that. We'll get a look at the replay, but
yeah, I think you're right. Just a little low. Let's get a look at it here. Good. Yeah.
14-12 Sooners. Shelton with the early pass. They target her. To the back row it goes, and a good dig by Pete. Allen. Sooner block, gets a piece of it, but it's down anyway. That's Allen's got it going. Her 4th kill.
You mentioned it, Chad. That is an exceptional dig by Pete. That ball by Alexis Shelton was so deep. Usually those balls they score. That was a really good pickup.
And Pete's not necessarily in there all that much. She came in to serve, but she's back there as the DS. Barnes gets this target and drills it home. Well, Nicole Barnes had a career high in kills last night. She has her first here on this Saturday with that one.
There's that shot, sharp cross-court shot. That was amazing. Look, not to mention, out-of-system ball. She drops that thumb.
She is highly skilled, big-time recruit for Aaron Mansfield and the Sooners to get, and living up to those expectations. Just 8 matches in as a Sooner. Bain reaches back. Bush able to dive in to keep it for the Sooners. Here's Barnes, cross court, no touch, and it was wide. Side out St. Mary's.
Again, credit to St. Mary's block. They may not have touched the ball, Chad, but they forced the look to Takoa Barnes out of bounds.
Bain serve taken by Shelton. Just a great serve. Oklahoma does well just to get it back over. The block goes out of bounds. Then the kill to Tessa Scouten. That's her first of the night as she hit that one off of Barnes, and we're tied.
What about that set by Lazovic? She's down on the ground, and it was almost a miscommunication with that free ball. Who was going to take it? And that's why the pass was a little low.
But the service error there by Bain gives it right back to Oklahoma. It's the second serving error for the Gaels so far tonight. And Alexis Shelton is back to put it in the air for the Sooners. Overpassed here, but dunked down and taken care of by Lazovic. She had 7 kills last night doing that same thing.
She was so good offensively, and it played a huge role in the assisting of them last in the third and fourth set, because the middle has to honor Lazovic because she's so offensive. The middle has to stay with her. It opens up, if Lazovic decides to set, it opens up for the Pens to go one-on-one.
That is back-to-back service errors for St. Mary's. Unable to take advantage of their side outs. And we'll see if now Tacoa Barnes can do so for Oklahoma. Did not have this jump topspin serve before August 3rd. Started working on it then. And it's gone pretty well. There's Pearson able to keep track of it. Klein, Sooners get a touch on it. Bush, just good vision, just tipped it to the open spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
4 kills for Imani Bush tonight to lead the way.
I really think she could have ripped it and had gotten a kill as well. Lazovic was a little late on the block.
Here's Barnes again. Smashes that one. The overpass goes right back to the Sooners in system. Shelton drills it right down the middle. That's the service pressure that starts that.
Absolutely. And credit to her. Chad, I don't think last night, look at Lexi Shelton in the back row. Good just court awareness by her, but what I was impressed with that serve by Tacoa Barnes is last night, since we started the broadcast last night, she did not make her second serve. And so that was kind of a big deal, right? Making her second serve, getting it over in. Now, can she do it out of a timeout, right? And this is the whole point. Coach Hildebrand calling the timeout, slow down. This tough serve, really.
Oklahoma's won 3 straight points, so the timeout taken here by St. Mary's at 19-16 Oklahoma. And Tacoa Barnes, 14 kills, 5 digs. She hit .542 last night. Sooners had 4 players in double-figure kills, and a perfect night from Kelly Jo Burgess, who had 10 kills with no attack errors. She has now hit over 500 in 5 straight matches for Erin Mansfield. So many weapons at their disposal. They've got 4 pins who can get you 10 kills per night, and then you got Burgess in the middle who can do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Look for her to still get more involved tonight. I think that's a huge important part of the offense. But we know that St. Mary's is going to try to slow her down. We've seen it one time when she hit out of bounds.
So out of the timeout, just as you said, how now does Tacoa Barnes respond? She's hit 2 really good serves. She's very patient back there. And that went into the net. So the timeout, in effect, might have worked a little bit.
Yeah, but still, I'm impressed on, she just does look so comfortable doing that serve. It's like she's been doing it for a long time. So just so impressed that she just started doing it a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
no big deal.
What might it be this time next year? Castellan serves it up. Bush there for the Sooners in system. Bush trying to tip it across, and out of bounds it goes. Up high to get piece of it was Kealoha, but Bush has been crafty a couple of times tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what she does really well. She just has that hitting experience. Coming from Washington, playing at a high level, she's seen big blocks. And so she's got all the tools of the trade, and she definitely uses them. Kealoha, she just needed to press to the middle. I think she could have blocked her.
Fraga with a good pass for the Sooners, and Bush swings away and bombs down her 6th kill of the night.
Yeah, Imani Bush. Then we talk about all of her tips and her shot selections, and then she goes a high, deep hit. I mean, she really does have it all.
Transferred here to Oklahoma after 4 seasons at Washington. Says she just loves the culture and the family environment around Erin Mansfield's program. As we chatted with her last night, there's Gibson on the other side, and the Sooners open up a 5-point lead.
That is a beautiful hit down the line. That's a hard ball to hit, Chad. You can see if we get another look at it, Here we go. Watch her arm swing and how she drops her thumb and to drive it down the line. Beautiful.
That one hit the tape. Lazovic the set. Bain blocked by Burgess.
Nothing like a good solo block by KJ Burgess. That is the best. Let's get a good look at it. Good recognition from her coming from the back row. Again, talked about it already, but Bain was so effective from the back row. So I'm sure that was part of the adjustment for OU.
Block solo for Burgess.
Always. Oh, and again.
Shelton got a piece of that, but Bain drilled it right down the seam.
What about that? Right? Lazovic sets a ball to Bain. She gets blocked. And what does she do? She goes right back to her. That is really important because that's just building confidence in your teammates.
Lazovic from Serbia. Tyler Hildebrand said he was the first American that she had met face-to-face. She hits that one long, and Oklahoma has set points at 24-18. Amani Bush back on set point for the Sooners. Crowd rising to their feet at McCaslin Fieldhouse. Fine got a piece of it. Pearson has to set this over for Bain, and it's a point to St. Mary's. Just snuck it under the block.
She did.
Basically.
Snuck it under. So a lot of movement on that triple block, and if you're off the net at all, you just go low, and it's possible that you can sneak that ball in. Sure enough, she did.
Still set point for Oklahoma. Pete will try to keep it alive once more. Bush with the pass. What a great save that is by Pete. Gibson blocked. It's out of bounds. And Camille Gibson takes care of the opening set. 25-19 Sooners.
It's that same hit, Chad, down the line. She drops that thumb and she goes for it. Smooth.
5 kills in the opening set, including the set winner for Camille Gibson. And Oklahoma out to a 1-set lead in Norman. Hooked up. Oklahoma won in 4 sets last night. They also won set #1 in last night's affair. The Sooners hitting at a high clip, as is typical. That is not quite correct right there. Let's give you the numbers, though. Oklahoma 16 kills. St. Mary's had a dozen in the opening set. And Oklahoma hit at a 375 pace. That's even above their lofty season average, Kelly. They were impressive offensively.
Yeah, and that's a huge difference, Chad, is offensively just putting those kills. Anytime you get about 15 kills in a set, more than likely you're in a good spot to win. And not to mention hitting at a high level. But also OU with the four blocks to St. Mary's 0. Now, that doesn't paint the full picture because I think St. Mary's forced a lot of hits out of bounds and maybe not got a lot of touch. We saw this last night. St. Mary's started out real slow with the blocking, and then they started picking it up as the set went on. So look for that adjustment, I think, in the second set for them.
Yeah, your point about the 4 Oklahoma blocks. I think Aaron Mansfield told us before the match, he said, we want St. Mary's to have to make offensive adjustments because it didn't feel like they made the Gaels adjust offensively last night. So perhaps with Oklahoma's defense, they have forced St. Mary's to adjust some things offensively. But we'll see. First serve, second set to Avea Mega of the Sooners. She digs that ball right there. Bush strikes that one. It goes off Maya Allen. And that set just down low, all out of system, and Vos hits it into the net. 1-0 Sooners.
And that's a tough ball. It's a good ball by Lazovic. High and outside. But it's a really hard ball to hit.
Avea Mega, the freshman from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, played on numerous Canadian youth national teams, and 17 years old. But going on 35, as Aaron Mansfield told us. Very mature 17-year-old. I had nothing figured out at 17. I don't even think I had business being on a college campus at that point, but being in charge of helping run this offense at 17 here.
Yeah, and to be so far away from home as well. Yeah, it's just truly impressive.
Gibson blocked. Formidable up front. Vos with Kealoha. Shelton punches this one back over. The swat by Vos. And Gibson says enough of this. That's in. 2-1 Sooners.
And Camille Gibson getting her 6th kill of the night.
Yeah. With Oklahoma, you think, well, we got to stop Shelton. Oh, yeah, and then Imani Bush is awfully good. You got to watch Burgess in the middle, and then all of a sudden you get a night like this where Gibson's already got 6 kills.
Yeah, at any moment, someone, and I think that as a group, as a unit, it just helps each other, just knowing there's no pressure, right? Because you've got a great supporting cast. Just go play your game. You don't have to put points on the board necessarily by yourself.
Shelton rips one. I mean, it's almost automatic. When Oklahoma is in system and they get it to Shelton, you can just put a point on the board.
We saw that last night. We saw that against Florida State as well. In crunch time, no doubt, they're going to Alexis Shelton. Just good court vision, sees the block really well.
3 kills, 3 digs for the returning All-American. And Sydney Thompson is in to serve it. Bain there with the pass, in system, and down it goes. The other way, St. Mary's in system for Maya Allen to get her 5th kill.
Been really impressed with Maya Allen. Not to mention she had a really good night last night, but then already she's just playing that same game tonight, back to back.
Natalie Peete will serve St. Mary's. 3 apiece here after Oklahoma won the opening set 25-19. Sooners maybe a little miscommunication or indecision. Frege decided to take it. I think it was the wise choice because it looked like it was going to be in.
Yeah, and these are the tough balls, right? If you serve that seam, you know, Frege probably should take control in that seam for Bush to help out, but you've got to communicate.
Good pass by Bush to start it. Easy set for Mega, and another kill for Alexis Shelton.
And you need a side out? Oh, okay. Set Alexis Shelton.
You know, she was very good last night. She made a couple of defensive plays that were as good as anybody made all night.
In the 4th set, and it, honestly, Chad, that's a good point. That was a huge turnaround for the Sooners on that comeback.
Lazovic outside set this time for Scouten. Oklahoma's there. Shelton blocked this time. Scouten up there with Lazovic providing the 2-player block.
Yeah, kind of a scramble play, right? But credit to St. Mary's in the block and Scouten and Lazovic just to be steady and just throw some hands up.
Scouten, in fact, leads the St. Mary's team in blocks. Played 26 matches as a freshman last year. But there's the error as Allen hits it long. That is now 5 service errors for St. Mary's, and we're tied at 5.
Yeah, she got underneath that ball a little too much, and that just floated on out.
Now Shelton back on the service line, where she is also very good. And the announcer's jinx even gets Alexis Shelton. You know it's a real thing if it impacts Alexis Shelton. But she is good, typically, back there on the service line. Wouldn't you agree?
Is. Oh, totally. What are you, 2-0? It depends on how we look at this.
I think I'm better than that. I think I'm 0-3 over the last 2 nights. Bush dug that out at the last moment. There's the freshman with her 2nd kill. Ada Awagu out of San Antonio, Johnston High School.
What about that? So that's a tough serve by St. Mary's, dropping it short into Awagu, but Bush takes the pass, and Awagu up and ready to deliver that ball.
Came in late in last night's match when Kennedy Patterson went out with the injury. She's unavailable tonight. So Awagu getting some time. Barnes drills that one. Pearson the overpass, and Bush is there to take care of it. 7-6 Sooners. That's really the 2nd time that the service pressure has been tough to handle.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bush is going to take credit and get the kill, but that all started from the service line by Takoa Barnes with that overpass, creating that overpass.
This time Allen is able to handle the pass, and she swings away. That one down it goes as it went off of Harper Hall. So first off, a very good dig to keep the point going, and then the kill for Maya Allen.
Yeah, exactly. That pass was on point, especially against a hard-driven serve like that. You just got to cushion it. Hopefully that ball just goes straight up, but then also to transition back and get ready to hit.
So here's Lazovic on the service line. Shelton cleanly handles that serve. Bain able to dig it out. Now she'll get a swing into the back row on the roll shot. It's down.
What about that set by Lazovic? If we get another look at that, that was brilliant. Watch Lazovic, the setter. I mean, she just sidesteps that all the way out to the pin, and Bain ready to go.
And so Lazovic now back to serve. Kind of out of sorts there on who was going to take that swing. Miscommunication the other way. Who'll get it together? Gibson, and that was tipped out of bounds. Gibson tipped that one off of Vos, and the Sooners take the point. Everybody was a little out of kilter.
Yeah, totally. And Vos had the right idea, just needed it to go back into the court, just the wrong direction. But yeah, it's just scramble play all over.
So here's Avea Mega back to serve. Was able to be here in the springtime, which was big, working with Oklahoma setters coach Brian Thornton. Big block by Burgess that time. Bain with the set to the other side for Vos. And the Gaels were in the net. Tough to handle there. Kale Aloha, I think, was in the net up front.
Yeah, just trying to recover that ball out of the net. She just got it with her hand.
So here's Mega. She's had 20 assists or more in 5 of 7 matches for the Sooners this year. Good back on the service line. That one is pumped wide. And so the Gaels with a couple of errors. Vos hits that one out, and a solid run here on the service line for Mega.
And I think defensively right now the Sooners are doing their job at the net.
Bain handles the pass. Lazovic back to Bain. The block, and it's in. Tough block over there with Burgess and Bush.
Yeah. I mean, and they're just they're in the zone. The block is in the zone right now for the Sooners, and you can tell.
4 straight Sooner points. They lead 1-0, and by 3 points in set number 2. Freshman Avea Mega, she's won 3 straight points on her serve, 4 straight points overall for the Sooners, and they have come from behind to take an 11-8 lead in set number 2. Mega back there again. Lazovic sets Bain, and off the Sooner block it goes down right back to Bain, and that's the tandem right there.
Yeah.
If they continue to keep them going, St. Mary's will be in business.
Yeah, no doubt about it. In crunch time for St. Mary's, they're going to find Genevieve Bain, no doubt about it.
So Bain serves. Tight set that time, and Burgess just pumps it down. Man, how do you defend that?
It's so hard. And that was part of the adjustment, but KJ Burgess found a way. And Avea Mega, that combination last night was so lethal. Sure enough, here we see it again.
10 kills with no errors last night for Burgess. Joust, and just an alert tip to the back by Shelton.
Yeah, that's just, it all started with the pass, and Bain didn't finish the pass, and then the overpass from Maya Allen.
Sooners have won 6 of the last 7 points, and now Bush is back to do the serving. Bain was able to pass it over. Burgess dunked it home, but Pearson there for the Gaels. Allen swings into the Sooner block, and it hits the antenna. So credit Allen and the Gaels, but Pearson right in the middle of that thing to keep things going.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she was phenomenal last night.
So Pearson back to serve. Double transfer, 2023 at Texas A&M on an NCAA tournament team, then transferred to Missouri. Didn't play much there, and now she is a Gael. Sooner block goes out of bounds. St. Mary's with a couple of points in a row, but Pearson, you know, talking to Tyler Hildebrand about her, excellent, really shows up on the court. But it's kind of been the off the court and in the locker room and away from the court that she has really made some strides.
Yeah, and just building those relationships with her teammates, with her coaches, and kind of just settling in to her person. And he says it's been so exciting to watch.
Shelton into the block, down it goes. Alexis Shelton with another. She's got 6 kills.
Yeah, good recognition by Alexis Shelton just to go for it in that moment. The block wasn't really set up well, and sure enough, she just went for it.
She's become one of those players who is, she's not just spectacular, but she's consistent. She's got both of those things.
And I think that's what we've seen, Chad, over the course of the years, just that evolution of her and the consistency is, and that was going to come for sure. But you have to work at it. It's just not going to come. And that's one thing that Erin Mansfield has told us about her. It's just her work ethic and how she comes into the gym every single day. She shows up ready to learn, ready to grow, be a good teammate, be a leader.
So Scouten gets the side out for the Gaels, and Pete is back to do the serving. A 2-point set here. Barnes back in. You better put some more air in that volleyball.
I mean, man, that all started with Frege with a beautiful pass. And then Avea Mega. Look at this ball. It's a go to the pin, and it's so fast. It's so hard to block. And then to hit down the line, even harder. More room for error.
Harper Hall will serve for the Sooners. Up 15-12 here in this set. Pearson decided to play that. Bain tips it into an open spot. A flying save there by Frege. Allen tips to the middle. Shelton, just get it to Shelton. Out of system, just find number 12.
But such a huge heads-up play by Awagu, the freshman middle, that had to come in today to play. She set that ball to Alexa Shelton, just recognizing Frege was on the ground. She couldn't get to it, that second ball. Just stepped in, set the ball.
Super talented. Sooners have two very experienced middles in Burgess and Patterson, who is out injured tonight. And so a little more action for Ada Awagu. Lazovic, the outside set, drilled cross court by Scouten, who's got it going in set number 2.
Yeah, Scouten putting points on the board for her team in this set, running that slide.
So here's a chance to go on a run for Maya Allen, the freshman from San Antonio. Targets Bush. That one slammed home. That's the easiest kill Bain will have tonight.
Yeah. But good heads-up play by her, recognizing that overpass. I mean, you have to win those, right? Every coach wants you to serve tough and force that overpass. I mean, that's exactly what you want every single time. And it's really important if you're on the front row, you have to be dialed in. You can't take a break. Those are easy points. And also, you have the obstacle of the net that you can't get into as well. So, you know, yeah, you just have to be on point.
7 kills apiece tonight for Alexis Shelton, Imani Bush, and Camille Gibson, who's hitting at a 400 clip.
Yeah, I mean, and last night, Chad, 4 Sooners in double-digit kills, right? And so we're on path, and that's what makes this team, when OU is playing at a high level, they're going to be really hard to stop defensively, right? Because they have so many offensive weapons. Four Sooners last night, double-digit kills. Are they going to try to do that again tonight? They've got 3 in the right direction.
Yeah, and Erin Mansfield talking to us about the environment in their gym these days. First couple of years, maybe you had to play players out of place or more minutes, or you're kind of at times trying to patch things together as you built this roster. Now they have this really both competitive and supportive environment.
100%, and that makes such a huge difference, and that's what we're seeing as a result out here on the court tonight.
What a great dig that was by Allen, who plays it across. Oklahoma in system. Barnes off the block. It hit the antenna. Who touched it, though?
Yeah.
It was St. Mary's that touched it before the antenna. So Barnes, then the Gaels, then the antenna.
Yeah, and that set was really tight by Harper Hall to Koa Barnes.
By mistake, it was actually off of Barnes and then the antenna. And that is smoked by Imani Bush. She goes off Pearson, but not much she could do about it.
Yeah, what about that hit from the back row? That's been a huge part, and something that she really wanted to work on when she got here to OU is just the overall 6 rotations back row play. And that was part of it, is that she wanted to learn. She has dreams to go play professional. You don't have very many subs in professional, especially overseas. So really, the 6 rotation outside is needed, because you can't use substitutions very often.
Side out on the Sooners service error there. That is 6 Oklahoma service errors. And we will see Catherine G. in. She's a Long Beach, California native. Transferred to St. Mary's from Feather River College. Point to the Sooners.
Oh, that looked out to me.
Was there a touch by the Gaels?
No, it doesn't look like Coach Hildebrand is going to use that.
So
his challenge. It looked a little wide to me. Let's see if we can get a look at it. Oh, no, that's it.
It is in. Off the tape and in. Just like you dial it up.
What was I watching? That was totally it.
That's 3 kills for Oahu with no errors. Big serve by Barnes, and Bush is able to push it down. 19-16 Sooners.
That all started with the serve. Created that overpass for Imani Bush to be successful.
And that's 3 or 4 times that a point has been won because of the service pressure. She may not have any aces.
Correct.
But she has instigated the point wins with this serve. And there's another one. I mean, that's a cannonball. Bain gets a good swing there. Nice save on the back row by Wallace. Lazovic sets Allen. Barnes there to dig it. Tipped over, but out of bounds as I think the Sooners actually touched the antenna on that touch by Bush.
What about that play by the Sooners? That was a 3 one-handers. There was one. And then Harper Hall, you didn't see it in the replay, but she got one hand to set it out to Imani Bush, and she tried to save it.
So just out of bounds on the touch there by Bush?
Yeah, just out of bounds.
Gibson reaches back, and another kill. Camille Gibson's got 8 kills.
Camille Gibson jumps so high, and that, in her credit, if the timing's off, she's such a good athlete that she can improvise, and she's up and ready.
Omega will serve it now. Oklahoma leads 20-17. They just kind of held St. Mary's at arm's distance in this set. And Bush able to take care of that when the Gaels were in the net.
Yeah, and this is that same rotation earlier on in this set where they went on a point run. And it all started from Mega at the service line, but also at the net. They were defending really well, putting up good blocks.
21-17, Aaron Mansfield and the Sooners trying to go up 2-0. These 2 teams went 4 sets last night, 4 very close sets. Here tonight, the Sooners won the opening set 25-19. Imani Bush leading everybody with 11 kills. Alexis Shelton get a little breather here. They rotate her out from time to time. And that's the other thing, that having more depth, more quality of outside hitters is it's not all on Alexis Shelton's shoulders. Now, make no mistake about it, when it's crunch time, they're going to number 12.
Yeah, 100%. But to your point, it just helps all the hitters, not just Alexis, but all of them. Just take some pressure off of them. When you have Imani Bush, 11 kills, Chad, you mentioned, 0 errors. She's hitting above 700. Those are incredible numbers. And so that just helps Alexis Shelton go do her job as well.
Oklahoma tonight hitting at a 441 clip. They're hitting over 500 here in this set. 6.5 blocks to 1.
Yeah.
The defense has been more effective for the Sooners in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the Sooners have added 2.5 more blocks since the first set. St. Mary's has only added that 1.
So back to the serve for Avea Mega.
And right here, this is where the Sooners got a lot of blocks in this rotation.
And the timeout ices the server and gives St. Mary's a much needed side out.
Yeah, it's go time for St. Mary's. They want to try to split. They need this set right now.
Bain with the serve. And Bush drills that one right at Pearson. Out of bounds it goes. Point to the Sooners. Imani Bush with 12 kills tonight.
Yeah, and she just crunched that ball down the line. That's a really hard ball to defend.
And now Bush back to the service line. She could close this out, the type of service runs that she's capable of. Bain just got that one. Pearson with this set for Allen, who hits it. And off the Sooners wide it goes, side out.
That's just great recognition by the freshman and Maya Allen. Block is a little inside, and she's like, okay, no problem. I'm going to go down the line. And she just hits a perfect ball down the line.
Pearson's serve is long.
Yeah, St. Mary's is just having a hard time finding the rhythm in this set. Right, they're right there, and then, you know, something will happen, and they just can't get on a roll.
They haven't been able to string together more than 2 consecutive points won. Just can't keep that serve. Sydney Thompson, both teams struggling back at the service line. Back-to-back errors.
So this is the time right here for St. Mary's, right? This rotation with Pete going back to serve. She's got a pretty solid serve back there. They need to go.
Bush down to take that serve in system for Shelton. Set point Sooners.
And again, it's Alexis Shelton putting it away for the Sooners to get this set point. Great pass by Imani Bush down the line.
And that's not an easy ball for Imani Bush to handle. She's 6'4" to get down there on a knee and receive that pass, but she set it up. She sets up a Sooner set point to go up 2-0. Harper Hall. Allen with the pass, but a little out of system. Allen wants to take care of it. Sooners have a chance. Frago with the set. Shelton rears back and kills the set for the Sooners.
I mean, she just put the ball away. Alexis Shelton playing unbelievable. What a hit.
Sooners up 2-0 have the chance to close it out in set number 3 when we come back on SEC Network. Oklahoma up 2-0. They won the opener 25-19. It's set number 2, 25-20. Emil Gibson and Imani Bush leading the way. Imani Bush, 15 kills and 6 digs last night. She's already got a dozen kills and 3 digs here tonight, Kelly.
Yeah, 12 kills, hitting at 800, Chad. No errors, but not to mention, what else is she doing for OU? She's passing. You can tell that St. Mary's is targeting her. And the serve-receive pattern, she's had the most receptions. So she's doing her job from the passing line as well.
Look at that hitting percentage for Oklahoma. Their season average is right at 250, hitting 468. And as we've talked about, the blocks are up 6.5 through 2 sets, and that's being led by Burgess. Alexis Shelton, 9 kills, 3 digs for her tonight. And Oklahoma with the chance to close it out. Last night, these teams split the first 2 sets. Oklahoma won the 3rd. It looked like St. Mary's was going to win the 4th before the Sooners stormed from behind.
Right.
And Oklahoma's just been a little more dominant tonight than they were last night.
I think St. Mary's needs to put a little bit more defensive pressure on the Sooners offensively.
Sooners start with a kill. They go right to Shelton, but they're in system and a perfect target for the All-American to hammer one home.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the other thing about Bush and being a 6-rotation player, her serve, it's not spectacular, but it's in the right spot. It's targeted,
yes.
And she doesn't make many errors.
Yeah, and she it's a float serve, Chad, and so at times it kind of drops, which makes it really hard to pass.
Cross court, Gibson. 2-0 Sooners here in set number 3. And Gibson now with 9 kills.
Yeah, the rate she's going, we're going to have three Sooners at least in double-digit kills.
Bush drops another one right there at Bain. Lazovic a good set. And Kealoha strikes right down the seam.
And that is an amazing heads-up play by Lazovic, recognizing that you can see right here, KJ Burgess, she automatically went to go block on the right side, and so middle of the court was wide open, so Kealoha had no block.
Gibson blocked. Allen who's in the middle of that one. Kealoha there as well for the Gaels.
I've been really impressed with Maya Allen and last night, and then how she just continues to just play high-level volleyball as a freshman.
Bush, good pass to get it started. Shelton rips it cross court. Too good. 3-2 Sooners.
Maya Allen was a little out of position in that defense. Probably should have been her ball.
Sydney Thompson on now to serve, the senior. Lazovic with the set. This time it comes to the backside for Vos, and it works out for the Gaels. 3-3.
Yeah, what a set by Lazovic. Just to change the direction. She saw Burgess, right? So she saw and she went against it.
Good pass to start it by Shelton, and Barnes is able to tip it down for the Sooners.
Coach Hildebrand told us at the beginning of the match that kind of they wanted to make an adjustment and really force the Sooners to hit down the line. And the Sooners are doing an incredible job of making that adjustment and actually getting kills. So I think the blocking is forcing the OU offense down the lines, but I'm not sure defensively behind the block. They've got to be able to pick up those balls.
Vos smashes that one. I think it actually ricocheted, then went off the head of Fraga.
Yeah, talk about a line hit.
Man.
Vos cranking it down the line. Sooners gave her a line, and she took it. No problem. Here's another look at it. What a back set by Lazovic.
Ooh, that was a torpedo.
Yeah.
And we're tied at 4 here in set number 3. Vos wearing a smile. Came off the bench last year, had 25 total kills last season. She's already got more than that here in 2025. Shelton off the block, down it goes.
What a nice set by Harper Hall, recognizing if she gives Alexa Shelton an in-system ball, she's going to be one-on-one. And no doubt about it. Maya Allen kind of in the right spot, needs to press over a little bit more with that right hand. But Alexa Shelton up and ready.
Shelton targets Pearson. There's the dump by Lazovic. So effective. 7 kills doing that last night.
Oh, she was so effective. And I think her team probably needs a little bit more of that in this third set. So credit to her to get that going.
Allen back to serve at 5-all. Nice job to chase it down there by Bain. Bush off the block. Back it goes out of bounds.
And what a huge hit by Imani Bush. Just going high off hands, driving that ball out of bounds. Credit to St. Mary's block to slow it down. Just couldn't defend the ball behind it.
Dakota Barnes has put real service pressure on St. Mary's when she has been back there tonight. Does so again. Pearson, though. Good pass. And an in-system swing there for Scouten, but the Sooners are there. Bush again. Imani Bush, she has the ability to take over matches. Yeah. She's got 14 kills.
I mean, she's playing phenomenal. And just effortless. I mean, she makes it look so easy, but see that inside ball that was set, and she just does a little hop step, gets over there, puts the ball away.
Dakota Barnes again. Kind of a double pass that time. This one tipped down. A little finesse by Scouten, and the side out for the Gaels.
Yeah, good recognition by Scouten. Recognizing Fragas on the bench when Dakota Barnes is serving. So good heads-up play by her to put that ball straight down.
There's Catherine G. in to serve. Second season at St. Mary's, senior. Fraga digs that out on the back row. Shelton soaring in almost too high.
Yeah, and I think the set was supposed to be low, but just a little too low.
7 apiece here in the third set. G with another. There's Fraga to take it in system. Bush. And that one out of bounds. attempt. And Amani Bush now has 15 kills.
And it's all about passing, and Deani Frega taking control of the passing pattern for the Sooners. They were able, with this rotation, is get her in the middle of the court as the libero in every single rotation, so she can pass, she can take up more court, help the outside hitters or the pin hitters, so they don't have to take up that much court on serve receive.
Kealoha gets that kill. Back and forth we go, tied at 8 now. Vos returns for St. Mary's up front. And Lazovic will go back to serving. It's been a set full of side outs both ways. And a good serve there. As Frega couldn't handle it, the Gaels lead 9-8.
Yeah, and this is what St. Mary's needs to do. They've got to put pressure on the Sooner serve receive.
St. Mary's has the only 2 aces in the match. That one right there by Lazovic. She'll offer up another. Gibson has to set this one across. Bain had it wide open, and that's called in. We'll see if Oklahoma challenges.
Ooh, that looked out. Oh, yeah.
I think Aaron Mansfield's hesitation on that is that the up referee, Mike O'Connor, was right there, had a good look, and he did not overrule it.
No, he didn't, and it should be, and that's a good, but then he looked at the crowd. He checked out the crowd that was sitting on the line, and they were like, it's out.
Oklahoma is challenging that the ball is out.
So
that is the voice of Luis Martinez, who now goes to the VR replay review monitor courtside.
Well, let's see if the Sooner crowd was right.
Ooh, I don't know. They're looking at it through crimson-colored glasses. You got to be careful with that. It's our first review of the night. And they have the benefit of the Hawkeye review system, which has some angles that we don't even have on the telecast. Oklahoma won the first set 25-19. They won the second 25-20. And it's just been basically an exchange of side outs in set number 3. Let's see if Hawkeye can give us a little better look. And they'll put these up on the video board in the arena from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty easy right there.
That's a great look by Hawkeye.
Thank you, Hawkeye.
We appreciate you. Yeah. Well, the Sooner crowd got it right.
They did.
It's going to give Aaron Mansfield a little bit more trust.
Looking at the up referee across the way, Mike O'Connor.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what's taking so long. I
Not
think
either.
they must have having some issues with the video, because it should be a pretty easy overturn.
The monitor still says SEC video review. Maybe he's just having trouble getting the looks pulled up, but when he gets a look at the Hawkeye one that we saw, it should be pretty conclusive and quick.
I mean, both teams, just looking at the stats while we're sitting here, I mean, offensively, Chad, St. Mary's 7 kills, 0 errors, hitting 700, so they're on a roll offensively. But then you look at Oklahoma, 8 kills, 2 errors, hitting 500, so really good numbers as well. So pretty comparable.
Well, I think he's just having trouble with the review monitor here. I'm not sure exactly why we have the delay that's so long.
Call is going to be reversed. Oklahoma win the point, and they retain the challenge.
Yeah.
All right. So the call is reversed. Took a minute.
Aaron Mansfield nice little applause. Perfect. A little thank you. Love it.
So we are tied at 9. And Oklahoma has the serve with Imani Bush. Bain with the pass. That was a really tough pass for Lazovic to have to try to set. Oklahoma's block is there with Gibson and Burgess. Cross court, a rocket dug out by Fraga. Pearson plays it. And Bain is blocked. Down it goes with Shelton and Burgess.
That's a really nice block for the Sooners. I mean, they sealed that net. That ball wasn't going anywhere. Alexis Shelton, credit to her.
About 12 kills, 4 digs, and 2 blocks for Alexis Shelton so far tonight. Bush drives another serve across. Boom, in system. And in the middle, it's Kealoha off a good solid set from Lazovic.
Yeah, what a really nice quick attack by Kealoha. And Lazovic recognizing Burgess one-on-one.
Kealoha's journey, she was a middle last year. They moved her outside in the spring, and now she's back in the middle.
She's a utility player.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Bain just has to play this one over. Shelton reached back somehow, got that one across. Joust. Down it goes. Shelton and Burgess.
Credit to OU, just sticking with it. And Coach Hildebrand did not like the call.
Thought that Shelton kind of threw that one across.
And he was in the ref's ears last night about the same thing, letting it go.
Thompson serves for the Sooners. And there she is. Shelton tips this one wide. A little too tall and kind of out of rhythm there. 11 apiece.
Imani Bush and Alexis Shelton, they've got that no-look tip. They've got it down.
Barnes, Gaels get a touch on it. Good job by Mega to dig it out for the Sooners, and Barnes rips this one long. So 12-11 Gaels, although the Sooners may challenge this, saying there was a St. Mary's touch. Nope, it's been overruled. So I don't think they're even going to have to challenge. Or are they?
I think they're going to challenge.
Okay.
I think he was just saying that was the signal. That's what it's going to challenge. Let's get a look at it. Inside set.
Oklahoma is challenging a touch.
Whew. What do you think, Chad?
I can't tell from that.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
So the ruling is no touch, 12-11 St. Mary's. And Oklahoma challenging it. Sooners just won a challenge, which was our first challenge of the night, in fact. 2-0. Oklahoma leads. Neither team with a real firm grasp here on set number 3.
But what about if we get another look at it? This out-of-system ball that OU runs, they put it high, they put it inside, and they put it tight to the net. And just allow their hitters to just go and do their work. And Takoa Barnes doing a really good job. It's a hard ball to hit, and it takes some time. And so I've been impressed that she's gotten, just gotten used to that inside set, high inside set.
They are showing a Hawkeye look from behind St. Mary's, and it's very challenging. They're showing it on the video board inside McCaslin Fieldhouse.
Maya Allens, do we see a finger come back?
I think we're going to get a look at it here.
Let's get a look. So Maya Allen's right hand. With that view, it's hard because the ball's in the way. Huh.
I think we have a decision, though.
Call is going to be reversed. We got a touch. Oklahoma point. Oklahoma retained the challenge.
There we go.
And the Sooners are 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Here in the last 10 minutes. on challengers. So it is 12-11 Oklahoma now here in this third set. And some substitutions. The pace of play has slowed dramatically here with all the challenges. But back in comes Owagu on the front row, and back to serve it for the Sooners is Harper Hall. The set's hanging in the balance for whoever wants to string together 3, 4, 5 points. And tonight, that team that has done that most often has been Oklahoma. It's served there by Harper Hall. And this just played across by Vos. In system it comes, but the swing is wide by the freshman Owagu.
Yeah, it was a good look. Just the win a little too wide. Sooners trying to capitalize on that free ball. Good side out. Good recognition by Elena Pearson, being right on that line in the right spot, so she could recognize that that ball's going out of bounds.
Here's Natalie Pete to serve. 12-all, set number 3. Frege able to take it. Shelton. Bain plays it on the back row for the Gaels and then tips it right into the Sooner block and down. 13-12 Gaels. Crafty.
Yeah, crafty and just smart. Just nice and easy. Sometimes it's not about the hard-driven ball, but just making the defense really work for it.
So here's Pete with another for St. Mary's. Back-to-back points won by the Gaels. Shelton. Oh, Pearson had no chance to react on that one.
I mean, what about that hit by Alexis Shelton? Started with the pass, then just a beautiful set by Harper Hall. All the way to the pin. Are you kidding me? And then she goes down the line, which is a hard hit, Chad.
That swing wasn't quick. It was sudden.
Yeah.
13-all. Pearson with a good dig on the serve that time by Wallace, and that one goes wide. So Oklahoma now with back-to-back points, grabbing a 14-13 lead. Not many errors for Allen. A little off there.
Yeah. But a really good pass. I mean, she passed that ball.
Wallace to serve it again. Bozovic sets Bain, who tried to go to the back. Bush, perfect spot in that back corner. Do you think she saw that out of the corner of her eye?
She is, I mean, she can hit all of the shots, Chad. I mean, so impressive. That's a hard ball to hit and instant killed.
16 of them tonight for Imani Bush. 3 straight Sooner points. When you're just building a program, it's nice to have some young blocks to put in place. And here this weekend, Maya Allen has certainly been that for St. Mary's.
Yeah, she's been so impressive. And she's doing it all. Playing 6 rotations, back row, passing, playing defense. And then what I've been so impressed with is her ability to hit and be effective on the Sooner triple block.
10 kills. 4 digs for Allen tonight. Wallace another serve. Good dig there by Pearson. Bain tries to tip it across. Bush right into the middle, and nobody was home. Imani Bush is having a night, and she's doing it in multiple ways.
And, I mean, yeah, a flawless night, Chad. I mean, honestly, little to no errors in her total games.
She's hitting 850.
With 16 kills. Oh, 17 kills. Sorry. My computer was a little slow.
I think the Gaels trying to slow it down a little bit. Oklahoma has now won 4 straight points, 3 on the serves of Whitney Wallace. Bozovic in to set this one for Allen. Cross court, and there's Frege for the Sooners. Bush to the middle one more time. Right back to the same spot.
I mean, just huge numbers for Imani Bush.
timeout St. Mary's as Imani Bush with 18 kills has started to take control for the Sooners in set number 3. And Imani Bush, she comes into the program and just so mature and steady, as you talked about earlier, wants to be a pro, and that was part of the recruitment process. Get here with Aaron Mansfield and Brian Thornton and Meredith Teague, this Oklahoma staff, and get her completely ready to play 6 rotations. If you want to go overseas, as you said, with limited rotations, you can't come out. And she has certainly proven she can do that. There's a look at the Oklahoma transfers.
And it'll be exciting to kind of watch her as that evolves, as we get into conference play in a couple weeks. But yeah, so impressive so far in this preseason, playing all 6 rotations. Again, she's getting targeted on serve receive too, and that's hard, Chad. I mean, that's a lot of pressure, and she just kind of has that steady. And Aaron Mansfield told us this, that she's just steady. No highs or lows emotionally, and you can totally see that with her. And that's what the Sooner offense needed, but also in the passing pattern. So, really impressive.
Immediate leader and culture builder when she came to the program. Wallace, another good solid serve. And tipped to the middle by Scouten to get a much needed St. Mary's side out.
Yeah, and Scouten just splitting the block, seeing that hole in the block, the tip.
St. Mary's could use the service run here from Maya Allen. Good low lining serve, but there's Bush to take it in and swing. Frege there for the Sooners. Soaring in comes Pete to keep it alive for St. Mary's. Now Frege the set, and Bush with another. That's number 19 for Imani Bush.
Just putting it away. And that, again, that out-of-system ball high and inside. It's a tough ball to hit against a triple block by St. Mary's, and she just drives it to the right back corner. Looks like we're going to get a review, a challenge by St. Mary's.
Indeed, we'll see what the review is about as Luis Martinez makes the scorer's table aware, and then he will come tell us what the review is. Thought there was a net violation.
Yep.
St. Mary's is challenging a net.
So once again, Luis Martinez will review it. And it's kind of a dual purpose here, as Tyler Hildebrand has 2 challenges, both of them still left. Can slow Oklahoma's pace, and maybe you get this overturned as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a good time to kind of take a pause. 18-14, Sooners are up in this 3rd set.
Oklahoma for the match hitting .443 with 8.5 blocks.
I mean, and I think this is what Aaron Mansfield wanted last night, right? This attack, this coming out with the game plan, and for sure they are executing at a high level tonight.
Said he wanted to force St. Mary's to adjust its offense in this match tonight, and I think the Gaels have tried to do that.
Yeah,
the problem is Oklahoma's offense has been almost impossible to deal with, in particular Imani Bush.
And Coach Hildebrand, that was his goal too, is to kind of make the Sooner offense a little uncomfortable, and they're taking away the angle, forcing the Sooners to go line for the most part, and the Sooners are just handling business going down the line too.
Well, the Gaels are still having a lot of fun in Norman this weekend.
And that's so important, just to stay loose.
And this team's going to travel over 12,000 miles before they play their first home match on October the 2nd against San Diego. You get to know each other quite well when you spend time on airplanes
that's
and buses.
unbelievable when you think about it. October 2nd, right? Their first home game for the season. Talk about an exciting moment for them. And I know Coach Hildebrand is creating a huge community environment. That's been a big
Ball is
thing.
going to be confirmed. No net. St. Mary's will lose a challenge.
So the call confirmed. Point stays with the Sooners.
Here's that look. Yeah, looks pretty clean. But Coach Hildebrand is just trying to get the community involved, get more people into the stands, and create an exciting environment for his student athletes, and I think the future is bright for this program.
A serve long from Barnes. Side out St. Mary's at 18-15 Oklahoma. And we'll see if Catherine Chi can get something going back on the service line for St. Mary's. But Oklahoma has had quick responses. Bush, that one is long, and there was a touch by the Gaels. So side out, right back to the Sooners in 19-15. That's 20 kills for Bush.
Yeah, instead of an error for Bush, she gets a kill. Still having that perfect game with 20 kills, impressive.
Avea serving. Good low drop over the net. Pearson sets it for Bain.
What a
the
set.
Sooners block it, but it's down on the Oklahoma side, and that was impressive by Pearson.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a beautiful ball by Elena Pearson. And then Bain ready to put that ball away. Impressive. A little bit of adjustment by the Gaels with, we saw Clarissa Klein playing in the outside spot. And Genevieve Bain is now in the outside spot, and you see Bose in the right side spot. So Genevieve and
trying to find a little more space for Bain, maybe?
Exactly, just more opportunities for her to get more attempts, more sets.
Bush targets Bain with that. Lazovic, a good set. A nice solid dig there by Avea. Tight set, and who's in the net?
Yeah.
I guess Shelton was called for being in the net. She says I was not.
She was. I saw the net. Yeah.
And it looks like we will have another challenge.
It looked like she was in the net to me on the way down. Watch right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
in her defense, she may not have noticed it. It was like around her hip.
Yeah, felt
her waist.
Yeah, but it.
Oklahoma is challenging, no net.
So if it stands, it's 20-17 in the serve to St. Mary's. Is this 4 reviews in this set after none in the first 2?
Yeah, I think so.
Aaron Mansfield's perfect tonight. He's 2 for 2 on challenges.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but St. Mary's is out of challenges.
They have one more.
They do have one more. Okay.
But you trust your star. She says, hey, I wasn't in the net.
Yeah,
Coach.
100%.
Now we're going to find out.
Yeah, I mean, here's a look at it up on the big screen. Pretty good review system for the fans, right, Chad?
Yeah, they get to see it on the monitor, which is just a couple of years old here at McCaslin Fieldhouse.
That's kind of a nice feature here in McCaslin for the fans. Yeah.
Call is confirmed. Number 12 was on the net. Oklahoma will lose the challenge.
So 20-17 indeed. Alexis Shelton, well, she's not perfect. We'll look one more time at it.
Yeah, look at that reach, though, by Alexis Shelton. Yeah, it was just on the way down.
Maybe even been her jersey.
Yeah. She may not have felt it, but for sure.
So Bain is back to serve. And the Gaels could use a service run from their first-team all-conference player. Gibson tried to cut that, just a really tough angle.
Yeah, that's a tough
set.
Yeah, that's a real tough ball.
Sooners have these versatile pin hitters who can hit from the left and the right, but that would have been a magic act by Gibson.
Yeah, and I think Gibson was honestly trying to save it and just couldn't.
So now 2 in a row for Baines. That one mishandled, and it's 20-19.
And honestly, again, what I've been talking about is Imani Bush is getting most of the service receptions, right? They're targeting her, and that's, I think, our first service error by her in the match. She's been pretty perfect from the serve receive line.
So now 3 straight points for St. Mary's. Oklahoma takes the timeout. Oklahoma loves to go fast. I think some of the stoppages and reviews kind of stymie the offense a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that's part of the review process. It's a great thing to get the calls right, but at times it can take so long. And as long as we've been doing this, Chad, I mean, the systems every year is even better, and getting quicker looks and quicker reverse calls, or, you know, just review systems. So it's been a nice feature for volleyball.
So the Oklahoma timeout. Looks like both teams are ready to go again. And Baines found a little rhythm on the service line. She's won 2 points in a row on her serve, 3 overall for St. Mary's. Trying to keep this match going. Oklahoma won the first set 24-19 and the second set 25-20.
I think this is a really good test for Oklahoma, right? Little pressure in this third set. They're already up 2. Close it out. Being consistent right now in their game.
Burgess had to adjust and tip that one over, and she's up to the challenge.
And she rarely tips, Chad, because she can just hit the ball, but I don't think the set was quite right where she needed it to be, and just smart decision by her instead of putting it in the net, just to tip it and get a kill.
Thompson, Pearson with a good dig that time. In system, that's long, but I think there was a touch. Nope. No touch. It was long.
Yeah, it looked long.
And Oklahoma is 3 points away, as that was long from Vose.
Yeah, and can they finish here, the Sooners, right now?
Bain cleanly passes it. Allen off the block. And too many. So the side out to St. Mary's at 22-20. And Allen with another good swing.
Yeah, that's a really nice swing by Maya Allen.
Allen with 11 kills. What a good weekend she's had. She had a career-high 13 in last night's 4-set match. Good job by Bush to handle that. Shelton and a great dig by Pearson. Allen swings into the Sooner block. Down it goes. So Allen back-to-back kills, and the Gaels are back within a point.
Yeah, and you called it, Chad. Elena Pearson, that was an awesome, just great dig by her. Here's another look at it. But that kill by Maya Allen.
Allen's not afraid to go right at that triple block. Burgess, excellent dig, though, by Lazovic. And she gets the set. Allen blocked. Burgess. Boy, that was an incredible set by Lazovic, and an even better block by Burgess.
And it was a nice set and good idea. It was a little tight. So credit to the Sooner block, just pressing over. When you have a tight ball, you have to go for the ball. Make sure that ball goes straight down. Sure enough, they did.
So here's Harper Hall at 23-21, Oklahoma in the third. Lazovic sets Allen. There's Bush for the Sooners. Shelton, and the Sooners have match point. That might have gone
going
long.
out. It was going long.
And Bain touched it.
Yeah, that's tough.
Match point Oklahoma for the sweep on the serve of Harper Hall. Pearson will set. Bain will swing. And Oklahoma with a Saturday night sweep of St. Mary's. They win the final set 25-21. We're back to wrap things up in McCaslin Fieldhouse in just a moment. Oklahoma moves to 7-1, sweeping St. Mary's in 2 matches this weekend.